conscience havers, will you listen? Don't you want to see billionaires but listen? The answer is
Oh.
communism.
And now it's time for Brad versus TikTok, my daily segment where I take on the craziest ideas from the Clock app.
Pronoun of the day is slugs.
Today, we're watching a very unhinged and not super musically talented song from a communist TikToker who is apparently remarkably bloodthirsty, to be honest. Let's take a listen and buckle up. Prepare yourself. You've been warned.
You wanna guess the person that I'm voting for, but I don't want to talk about this shit no more. Doesn't matter which team, red, green, or blue. Every president is evil and will not save you. All they do is run their mouth and drain the global south. We gotta turn this shit out, know what I'm talking about. Cause everyone should have a house and get to pick their spouse. Plus we need to save the cows, know what I'm talking about. So conscience havers, will you listen? Don't you wanna see billionaires but listen? The answer is communism. Gotta find a place where there ain't no schism. Marx and Lenin, them hoes did it. Gales all the tips, now let's go get it. We'll make all the rich fuck shit it. Send them to the team, then we'll be done with it. Call me commies if you're with me.
I love how people like this can literally call for violence and bloodshed on TikTok, but like if I just post like even a milk toast, center right opinion, half the time I get my video taken down, I get a strike, whatever. Oh my God. Can't stand it. Can't stand the inconsistency. It's maddening. First and foremost, though, some of this I just like really don't understand. Like what she's talking about. Everyone should be able to pick their own spouse. I mean, I guess maybe if you're talking about some third world countries or the Middle East or something, maybe that's not the case. But in America, it sure is. What? I didn't really understand that part. Same with the save the cows. Was that like a vegan thing? Is that part of communism now that we can't eat meat anymore? Can't drink milk? I don't know. I wasn't quite following that part of it. And I will just say, on the musical performance, I'll give her like a 5 or 6 out of 10. And maybe that the bar's just been set very low by like lefties performing on TikTok. But it wasn't horrible. Like it didn't want to make my ears, it did make my ears want to bleed, to be clear. But that was more because of the substance than the musical presentation, right? I mean, babe, it's giving unhinged. You're out here talking about how you want to see fellow Americans who are billionaires, who are successful entrepreneurs. You want to see their blood glisten. You want to send them to the guillotine. Babe, that's evil. You're actually a bad person if you wish violence on people with families and loved ones just because you envy their wealth and are jealous of them. I mean, that's sick. That's really messed up. I do disagree with it, but I can understand the perspective of somebody who thinks billionaires shouldn't exist because they're this huge socialist and so they want to tax all their money away. But not literally kill them. That is demented. It's just demented. I mean, you're actually a bad person if you think that. I'm sorry. In the same way, to cite Lenin positively is just jaw-dropping to me. I mean, you're talking about a brutal dictator responsible for the deaths of millions, an authoritarian tyrant. Jeez. I want to read you guys a list from Reason of the things that Vladimir Lenin, the first leader of the Soviet Union, instituted during his time in power. Here are some of the things he was directly responsible for. The Gulag system of slave labor camps. The Cheka, secret police agency eventually known as the KGB. The collectivization of agriculture leading to mass famines, mass executions with little or no due process, a one-party state with bans on all opposition parties, including socialist ones, the suppression of freedom of speech and religion, the confiscation of private businesses, including even small businesses, invading other nations in order to spread communism there, state control of the media, for purposes of promoting regime propaganda and preventing distribution of opposition speech. Oh, and he was also responsible for promoting and uplifting Joseph Stalin, who would go on to succeed him and kill many more millions of people with his evil policies. That's your man. That's who you're simping for. Really. Girly here needs to get her head checked, but it's scary to me how many thousands, if not millions, of impressionable young people on TikTok actually seem to like this, to think this is a bop or cool or trendy or somehow an ideology they share. It's really frightening stuff, even if you just Look at the comments on this video. If I still ran a daycare, I'd be singing this at musical playtime. Well, babe, then I'm glad you don't run a daycare. You shouldn't be allowed within 5,000 feet of a daycare. Another person said, ma'am, I did not know I was going to be blessed this hard today. Thanks for sharing your talent. Another person said, hell yeah, comrade. Another person wrote, this is actually brat. Another person wrote, cheers to Kami Autumn. Oh my God. I'm trying really hard not to lose hope, not to just view the world as bleak. I do believe we can be saved. I do, but TikTok makes it really hard sometimes because the evil, like that, there's no other word for this, right? This is evil. The evil ideas that go on and are spread and are inculcated among the youth on this app are appalling. And they'll lead to the destruction of this country if they become widespread, and will become truly a horror story. So I'm deeply concerned by this kind of content. I mean, part of me wants to laugh at it or make fun of it, but on another level, I'm deeply disturbed. And I don't know how we go about lifting these confused young people out of this dark ideological puddle that they're drowning in. I just don't know. But I'm going to keep doing my best, and I appreciate you guys watching and supporting me. So do share my content with a Gen Zer in your life if you want to maybe counter program some of the nonsense that they're seeing elsewhere on the internet.